environment to do the practice, and happy you're all here, that you made it. So, just like all the times that we've been together, right? This is your practice. This is a time of year that, even though, lots of like holidays and celebrations and, festivities, there's just a lot of baggage too that can be associated with the holidays. The longer you live, the more that we collect and we store our issues in our tissues. And so yoga is a way to help to begin to let go, and it's not a forceful letting go. It's a really compassionate understanding that sometimes we're holding on to this stuff in a protective manner because we've been hurt, and that there's the trauma that's there. And so to be sensitive to that you don't have to let go. If there is something that you find that's been unhelpful or unskillful for you, that sometimes just giving yourself a break from what the Buddha called the second arrow. So like life has suffering, it's inevitable, it's part of what happens. He called it the 10,000 joys and the 10,000 sorrows. It's part of the experience of living in this world. But he also talked a lot about the second arrow. So the first arrow, we have no control over. That's life, it's gonna happen. It comes in waves sometimes, or however it trickles in or overpowers us, that's unavoidable. But there's a second arrow that we often sometimes launch at ourselves, and that one is a choice, that we can make a conscious decision about how we're going to react to those events, what we're going to carry with us. And if we have been carrying something a long time, then even if it's not something we're completely ready to let go, that maybe we could just make a little bit of space around it right now. Just use this practice as an opportunity that you can get a little bit of perspective on your life, a little bit more space from those things, and to take care of yourself in this moment. So exhaling is part of like a physical way of letting go. We'll work on some different ways that we can use the breath to create space in the body with some different breathing practices. And we'll talk more about things as we go along. But just to get started, to get a sense of connection, maybe you can just find yourself arriving here in this space. And just because we show up in this beautiful yoga space, it doesn't mean that we're in the zone yet. It does take some time for the mind to catch up. So just to bring the mind to the present awareness, you could feel your feet on the ground here. Start to plant some roots. You carve the space out of your life, so to take the most of it that you can just by being here, letting all of that stuff just to be set aside for the next hour as you really tune into how you're feeling today. Yoga doesn't need you to be any different from how you show up. This is a come as you are party. So however you show up is welcome. So just feeling your feet on the floor here, maybe just lifting, spreading the toes, giving them a little wiggle, and placing them back down. And then bringing the sensation to where your seat is on the chair. You've got these two sitting bones in your tush that you can kind of feel into. And as you press down, so that's called Apana Vayu in yoga. It's a downward flow of energy through the sitting bones, through the feet here that are touching the ground, connection to Mother Earth. And as you do that, there's also a rebounding effect. It's called Udana Vayu, and it's an upward flow of energy. So as we press down into the sitting bones, we can elongate the spine a little bit, lift the crown of the head towards the sky, and just make a little bit of space between the vertebrae. So we're sitting upright, but not uptight about it. We want the shoulders to be relaxed down the back. And then instead of placing the hands down on the lap like we normally do, we could bring the hands, the palms upwards today. Okay? Yes. And then this is just more of a gesture of some receiving here. So let's take a moment to perhaps set an intention for the practice. And because it's the month of December, we're coming to the close of 1 year and the start of a new one. Giving yourself a moment to feel good about all that you've moved through. You are here today, you are breathing. All of those difficulties, the joys and the sorrows, they've made you who you are. And then anything that you would like to invite for the coming year, that you want to develop, those feelings of compassion or peacefulness, perhaps it's joy, just allowing that to kind of settle into your hands as if it's here already, and really placing your heart there into those intentions. We'll take the hands, let's bring them together at the heart space. Start to warm up those palms a little bit, like we're creating some fire and some energy. And then place the hands, just cup them onto the outer eyes here. Feel that warmth coming into the eye sockets. Maybe there's some light or some shapes that are there that you can see even with the eyes closed. And then take the first 2 fingers on each hand. Come right to this third eye space. It's this place of intuition here. There's a lot of our answers, if we can get this mind to be still, they're already inside of us, and to be able to trust that inner wisdom. We'll take those 2 fingers, just start to smooth out the forehead and moving over towards the temples a couple of times, moving from that third eye towards the temples. Any tension or stress that's here in the front of the forehead, maybe you could just relax that. And the next time that you land at the temples, go ahead and make some circles there. So just massaging in one direction. And then go ahead and move to the opposite direction. We'll take the index finger on each hand, come right into the sinus cavity. If there's any stuckness here or stagnation, just allow yourself to kind of clear out some of that space. And just keep that breath flowing smooth and free. A little tapping of the cheeks here. Let the muscles of the face be soft. You can come down towards the chin as well. Good, and then let's make our way up the jawline to the hinge of the jaw, and then let the jaw completely relax, and just give your jaw a little massage. Now we'll take the thumb and the index finger and we'll come up to the top of the ear here, and it's like a little bit of acupressure for the ears, just a gentle tugging outward, starting at the top of the earlobe and then making your way down the ear towards the bottom where the earrings would go. And then lastly, taking your indexes and coming behind the ear itself. And as you press a little bit in and you drag that finger up and down, we're getting into the vagus nerve, which is so important for getting our parasympathetic system activated and to kind of regulate the sympathetic nervous system. So just little tools that you can do if you find yourself getting ahead of yourself in any moment, that can be self-soothing and nice for the body and mind. And then we'll take the thumbs and, just like windshield wipers, come to the base of the skull. They call this the occipital ridge. And as you're wiping those back and forth in a horizontal movement, you might even get a little bit of a shampoo massage happening at the top of the head if that feels good for you. Go ahead and drop the chin down towards the chest. And again, that deep, smooth breathing just to keep you connected to presence here as you feel into sensation. Now take those thumbs and then we'll take them vertically. So coming up and down those strong muscles that run up the cervical spine, just going from the top of the neck down towards the bottom. Good. Let's take our left hand, bringing it over towards the inside of your right shoulder. So maybe use the thumb a little bit here to kind of press into that muscle, and the right palm is gonna like rotate forward. And as you do that, you'll automatically notice that shoulder kind of drops down the back out of the ear. And then you could bring your left ear down towards your left shoulder, and you'll just feel some space that's opening along the right side of the neck as you breathe in fully and breathe out. Take another inhale here and fully exhale. Now the left shoulder that's on the left hand on the right shoulder, bring it down by the side of the chair and grab on. We'll bring the head back to center. Take the right arm, swim it up to the sky, reach it nice and high, and then a side bend over towards the left with the right fingertips. And remember, every pose has an anchor, so right now we're rooting down through the right hip, we're reaching the right fingertips overhead, and there's a bit of a rotation here in the rib cage towards the ceiling. So everything is opening up and out and not collapsing down and in. And you just go to the edge of your range of motion. Keep breathing in here. And take one last exhale to find that edge. On an inhale, come back up to center. Reach it high. As you exhale, drop that hand onto the opposite thigh. We'll take the right hand behind the chair here. Reground that Apana Vayu, so we're turning in towards the left. We're gonna press down through our sits bones, lift up with the crown of the head, and then turn your head towards the left shoulder. Okay, so we're looking back behind the chair in our twist, twisting from the rib cage. Breathe deeply in and breathe smoothly out. Now, stay in the twist, but we're gonna go back to toning that vagus nerve by just turning the head towards the right shoulder on the inhale, and then turn it back to the left as you exhale. Do that 2 more times. Head turns to inhale, turning it back as you exhale. 1 more here. Turn the head, and now take it back to look back towards the left shoulder. The left arm that's behind the chair, reach it forward, straight out from the shoulder joint, palm facing up, like we're reaching for those intentions, reaching for something good. Maybe the hand that's on the thigh flips so you get a little more leverage for the back of the hand. Come swooping over the left ear and reach with those left fingertips across. So now we're in a little zigzag twist. It's a little harder to breathe. So really work on drawing and filling those lungs as you inhale. And as you exhale, give that one last reach. Raise the left arm to the sky. Start to turn the whole body forward. Take the hands down onto the knees now in a little bit of a cat-cow motion. We'll slide the heels of the hands towards the body. Lift the heart. The elbows come back like little chicken wings. This is cow. As you exhale, you can round like a Halloween cat. Now, if you want to use the breath for this, on the inhale, you breathe deeply through the nose, arch the spine, and then maybe a ha as you exhale, letting it go. Let's take 2 more. Inhale, breathe deep. Exhale, ha. Inhale fully. This time when you exhale, come all the way down into a forward fold. Let it all go. Let the head hang heavy. Maybe some yeses to those intentions as you shake the head out. And then some no's, because sometimes we have to say no. We're beyond our limits. It's okay. We can listen to that voice. Now we're going to go for a half flat back. So this is to decompress the spine. Bring the fingertips to the shins. Try to make as much length between the tailbone and the brainstem as you can. So some space between the vertebrae. Tailbone presses down.
crown of the head reaches forward. This may be enough. If you want to turn on a little more core and some back muscles, you can bring the arms out to the sides like airplane wings, maybe a little further back like fighter jet wings, starting to get a little aerodynamic here, pressing down into both feet and just checking in with your face, your jaw, keeping that part of you relaxed, breathing free. On an inhale, raise both arms up to the sky. Reach it high, palms face one another. As you exhale, take those hands like cactus, elbows out to the side, or field goal pose if you like. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, a little chest press, bring it together. Inhale, open that back up to the sky. And then exhale, just bring your hands down by your sides. Take those shoulders, give them a nice roll. Exhale, let it go. Ha. One more like that. Inhale, exhale, ha. Take your right hand, come inside of the left shoulder. Now, if you did the opposite one last time, no big deal. We're gonna hit the other side. So just press and roll that shoulder open. Keep the palm open and just as best as possible. We're just trying to make space between the ear and that shoulder joint. The right ear now is gonna start to move towards the right shoulder if you're with me, and then just say, okay, I got lungs, imagining that they're right on the side of my neck, and I'm trying to fill up those lungs completely, and any tension or stress that resides there, I'm just releasing it on these exhales. Make it feel good. Inhale, full. Exhale all the way. And then take that right hand, go ahead and bring it by the side of the chair. Grab on, head comes back to center. On an inhale, left arm is gonna swing to the sky, and then go for it. Side stretch over. So we get to move our spine in all of the directions that it moves in this class. We do forward bends, we do back bends, we do twists, we do side bends. Breathe in and breathe out. Now come on back to the sky as you inhale. As you exhale, drop that onto the opposite thigh. And then remember, we're always twisting from above the diaphragm. So it's this like space of the heart, the rib cage that turns to the side. And then maybe if it's okay for you to bring the right hand behind the chair, go ahead and do that. Now we're in the seated twist. Let's take 2 breaths here. Press down through the sitting bones, lift up through the crown of the head, and then the collarbone spread as you exhale and twist. Again, inhaling and exhaling. Let's just turn the head to look towards the left shoulder on the inhale. And then as you exhale, look back towards the right shoulder. Inhale, turn the head only. And exhale to look back. We take one more here, inhaling and exhaling. Stay where you are, take the right hand, reach that palm facing upwards, straight out from that shoulder joint, and then maybe even flipping that palm if you haven't already, and come swooping over the right ear. Keep both of those sitting bones grounded, keep that breath flowing, full breath in. Smooth breath to finish here. And then coming back up, turning the body forward. This time we're gonna heel toe, our toes out, heels in. So we get a little bit into the inseam of our thigh here. We'll go ahead and we'll just make some circles around. So let's open up that back body a little more. We know that our lumbar spine tends to be one of the most achiest parts of the body, and so we've got all that connective tissue that's around it in the shape of a triangle, and right now we're breaking up some of that. We're getting some synovial fluid moving in the spine, producing some collagen and elastin, and then we'll start to move this in the opposite direction. And we're even getting into digestive juices as well in the belly to help stir up that metabolism. Good. Take one more circle around. When you're finished, you'll come back to center. We still got ourselves in this horse or goddess stance here. We'll move to side angle pose. So right forearm coming into the inseam of the right thigh just as a little bit of leverage. So as you do that, you're propping open the thigh and you're making sure that this shoulder is staying out of the ear here by creating some space. So we never want to like settle down into it. We actually want to use it to elongate this side of the torso as well. Do the same kind of spinning open with the rib cage towards the front, maybe even a little bit up. And then with your, your hand could stay here at the hip, or you could reach that left arm up to the sky. So this is a side angle pose. We're making space in the shoulder joint up here. We're making space in the inner thighs. We're lengthening the spine. You could stay just like this, or if you want to go to extended side angle, you turn the palm towards the left ear and you reach those fingertips over. So another lateral bend where we really get into that side stretch and we start to feel the muscles in between the left ribs, our intercostals, become more open. Give that one more reach, and we're gonna do a turn now. So we're gonna turn and face our right thigh and keep that arm extended. So now we're reaching across the whole body. Open up the palm all the way and stretch that palm wide. And then show me some grip strength here by taking all of the fingers, squeezing them in, making a strong fist. Do that one more time. Open and expand the palm, and then give that nice fist, nice grip there. Now just drop that fist. Let it dangle, let it sway. You'll get a stretch in your neck as well. And then take that hand to the opposite thigh. Go ahead and sit yourself up. We're gonna heel toe, those knees to parallel. Once you find yourself here, take your right toes, go ahead and point them forward, lifting the foot up off the floor. Good. Stretch the top of the foot here, and then go ahead and flex it, and then point and flex. Now take it to the side a little bit, and then see if you can do an internal rotation. So we're actually getting into the hip joint, rotating that femur in the socket, as well as working that foot. One more time here. And then go ahead and circle that ankle a few times. And remember, just getting some of that synovial fluid loosened up. One direction, and then the other. Excellent. Okay, let's take our top of our shin, interlace here. Draw the knee towards the body. Here you can have a stretch in the back of the shoulders. Feel free to round a bit. And we're getting into the hip flexors as well. So again, we're just using our intentions and the breath to send some space and release tension in the places of the body that we're feeling. We usually don't remember or do these movements throughout the day if we don't come to yoga, so that's the whole point of these poses, is just to touch into places in a creative way, because if we don't use it, we lose it. Good. Now take the knee, go ahead and drop it down a little bit. This is where we want to have some good posture, so straighten out the spine. You can stay just like this, or if you want a little more core, take the right arm out to the right like an airplane wing, maybe followed by the left. So starting to engage some muscles here in that leg. If you want, you could press that heel forward, even hover that leg up off of the chair. And then we want to do this without leaning back or leaning forward. So lift the crown of the head towards the sky, feel that engagement. Maybe bring both arms up to the sky. We don't want to lose a breath here, so make that your priority. Breathe in and then exhale to let it go. Go ahead and shake it out. Good job. Let's heel toe those knees back out to the side. Find your goddess pose, and we'll take it on the other side. So left arm's gonna come to the inseam of the thigh here. It's just a little way to get some leverage to help elongate this side of the torso. I'm gonna rotate my rib cage towards the ceiling, maybe bringing the hand to the hip, or if it feels okay, reaching that right arm right up to the sky. I like to bring my fingers together here, kind of squeeze them and lift. Once you're here, side angle pose, great place to stay, or if you want to extend, you turn the palm towards the ear and you reach it over without collapsing down. So I'm just looking for places that I can make space in the body, using the breath, using the creative movements, and I'm looking for a place that's somewhere between too much and not enough, right? It's gonna change every time you come to yoga. So you've gotta find it. Don't ever let the yoga instructor push you past your boundaries. This is all personal. One last little reach there. And then go ahead and face that thigh. Reach all the way across the body. Keep both sitting bones grounded as you make length across and stretch. Open up the palm, spread it wide, and then squeeze in for the grip strike. Do that again. Open and expand that palm, and then squeeze it in nice and tight. And then we'll drop that fist all the way down, let it dangle. Place it onto the right thigh, prop your body up, heel toe, legs back to parallel. Take your left foot this time. Let's point those toes forward. We know both sides can be very different. We use them differently, so don't make any assumptions. Just go with what you're feeling. Maybe a flex and a point. And flex and point. And we'll take it up. We'll go a little to the left and to the right and to the left and to the right. Good. Circle out that joint. And then reverse it. Okay. Hip flexors. Let's come in. Interlace at the top of the shin. And you scooch a little forward. You can round the back here, saying thank you to our knees as well. And then go ahead and drop that down. So straighten out your spine, feel a little bit of some back muscles and abdominals supporting that spine as you sit up tall. Left arm can come out to the side like an airplane wing, followed by the right. I've got that foot flexed, staying here, or if you want more challenge, go ahead and press it forward. Maybe reach both arms up to the sky. And then check in with your breath here. So I'm breathing full, I'm expanding the lungs. When I exhale, just letting go, keeping the pose. One more here, in, and then go ahead and let it go. Shake that all off. Okay, let's get into our abductors and adductors by taking the hands, interlacing them, coming right in between those knees, giving it all the squeeze that you can. So don't worry, your hands can take it. I want you to engage some muscles here. Keep breathing while you do it for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and release that strength. Take the hands straight out in front of you. Now, this movement, the muscle that we're working is the muscle right here in the wrist, and that's what's going to be strengthened. So don't worry about the fingers going forward. What you're doing is you're going from them being vertical to pulsing towards your body. And you'll notice that top crease of the wrist, there's a muscle there that's working. So our wrist joint is the most complicated joint. It's got so much connective tissue going on. We want that to be supple, but we want the muscles to be strong. So we're just activating those muscles right now for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, let's come to the outside of the knees now. We're gonna have a bit of a tug of war. So the knees are gonna try to pry the hands open. The hands are gonna press the knees inward. And then just all your strength, going against one another here, keeping the breath smooth, the back is strong. 4, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release that strength. This time, hands come out, but fingers drop down. So now we're gonna get the muscles on the inside of the wrist joint. Again, just trying to pump those fingers towards you. Keep going. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then bring the hands back together, interlace, and just kind of roll some of that out to release. Okay, good. Shake it out. And then we'll take, let's do this. All right, so I'm taking some boxing classes lately, so we're gonna do a little bit of boxing here. I'm gonna show you some of the moves. So the first one is your jab, and so the one is the left jab. So we're gonna have our hands and fists here. We're gonna keep the right hand kind of up, protecting our face. It's gonna help use some muscles there as well. And we're gonna take that left fist and we're gonna punch straight forward. So this is our one punch, okay? You just give it a little punch out there. Good. All right, these are punches of love in yoga, it's all right. Okay, so that's our one. Now, come on back in. Now number 2 punch is the right cross. So it's coming across like this, okay? Let's go for 3, 2, and 1, good. Our number 3 is gonna be the left hook. So the way we're gonna do the left hook, we're gonna slide up a little bit here in the chair, because there's gonna be a bit of a twisting action here. So you actually can turn that left heel a little bit out as well, and it's a hook. 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 Good. Hook. 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 And hook. Okay, come back in. Let's do a right hook. 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 And hook. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Perfect. All right, now the uppercut. So that was 3 and 4. Uppercut is up, 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 up. So there's some core going on in this, all right? You should feel it strong in your belly, and you're getting some, like a bicep curl. This is 5, and this is 6, 5, and 6. Good. All right, let's put some of the combos together. So we're gonna do a 1, 2, 3, a 1, 2, 3, a 1, 2, 3. So that's gonna be the combo. So it's a jab, a cross, and a hook with the left. Got it? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Good. All right, let's get in. We're gonna do what's called a weave. So keep your hands like this, and it's like this. You're kind of going back and forth. Like if someone was trying to do the 1, 2, you're blocking it. Now feel those core muscles engage as you do it. Good. For 3, for 2, and for 1. All right. Let the hands come down for a moment. Let them relax. Find your breath. All right, we're gonna stand up for this one. So let's stand up. Put your left foot in front and your right foot back. Come back to having your face blocked here. So this one's called a bob. So the bob is like this. So you don't have to duck so far that you're burning energy. You don't need, like you don't want to waste energy in a bob, but you got to be able to clear the punch, okay? So you don't have to go so far down, but you want to go down enough that they're not going to hit you. And feel those leg muscles working as you do this. So keep bobbing, 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 bob. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, we're gonna do a little bit of both. So, come into the weave here, back and forth.
This is fun.
4, 3, 2, 1. One more bob. Bob. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Take a stand. Take it out. All right. A little bit of workout here. So let's try a little bit of the combos standing up. So from here, it's a little bit of a left foot forward, right foot back. We're just going to do the 1, 2. So jab, cross, jab, cross, jab, cross, jab, cross. Now add a 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. One more. 1, 2, 3. Now give me up, up, up. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Well done. Let's stay standing. And we'll do some sun salutations. So we are heading into our winter solstice. The days are the darkest that they're going to be before the light starts to come back, but it is coming back, right? All things are cyclical. The sun salutations will stay with the connecting of the breath to movement, and make some space so you're not hitting your chair. And just remember, this is like advanced game assignment says. You follow along, you do what you can do, and most of you are familiar with the routine as it is. So hands come down by the side of the body, palms facing forward. This is our traditional mountain pose. Feeling the bottoms of the feet connected to earth, the crown of the head lifted, the shoulders down, out of the back, upright, not uptight. And then on an inhale, raise both arms up to the sky, palms face one another. As you exhale, just twist from the upper body towards the right. Right arm's gonna come back, left arm comes forward. Come back up to the sky, face forward on the inhale, upward salute, and then exhale, twist it to the left. On an inhale, you come back up to the sky. As you exhale, make those field goal pose, so bend at the elbows. Take a deep inhale here. As you exhale, draw those forearms towards one another. Now inhale to open it back up. As you exhale, take a forward fold, and we're really trying to make the breath match the movement. Inhale, lengthen the crown of the head forward. It's a half flat back. Exhale, come back to forward fold, let it go. Now press and rise all the way up to the sky, reverse swan dive, palms connect at the top. As you exhale, come down the center line, interlace, and press those palms forward for the stretch. Inhale, come back to the sky again, reach it high, and as you exhale, just clear the space, like you're moving out of the way anything you don't need. Take your shoulders, let them roll to the ears on the inhale. As you exhale, maybe sigh it out, let it go. Take 2 breaths in between rounds here. Inhaling and exhaling. One more in. Smooth breath out. Round 2 of 3. If you want it, breathe deep on the way up. Twist it out as you let go to the right. Inhale, reach both arms high. Exhale, twist it to the left. Take it back up to the sky as you inhale. Field goal pose as you exhale. Deep breath in here. Bring those forearms towards one another for the chest press. Come on back out to the sides. Inhale. As you exhale, drop that heavy head, let it go. Half flat back, decompress your spine, and then forward fold to exhale. Let's press and rise all the way to the sky, palms connect, come down the center line, interlace, press it forward. Inhale, raise it up. Exhale, clear it out. Shoulders rolled, inhale, open that mouth, let it go, exhale. Again, breathe in through the nose, breathe out through the nose. One more breath in, and a full breath out. Last round, here we go. Inhale all the way. Exhale, twist it to the right, but stay here this time. Take an inhale with the arms spread wide. Now as you exhale, bring your left hand to your right hip and your right hand behind your back a bit here. And like we did in cat-cow, I want you to open up and spread the collarbones, look up, and as you exhale, exhale, go ahead and look towards your chest and round the shoulders forward. Again, like that. Inhale, spread the collarbones, a little cow. Exhale, round the shoulders forward. Take one more. Inhale and exhale. Now let's release the arms, come back up to the sky. On the inhale, stretch high. Take those arms open to the left and we'll stay here again. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, the right hand will come to that hip. You'll bring the left hand behind you. Spread the collarbones, lift the heart on the inhale. Exhale, round the shoulders forward. Inhale, arching the spine. Exhale to round it forward. One more time. Inhale and exhale to round. Now come back to face forward. Lift both hands to the sky. We'll take those field goal pose as we exhale. Take an inhale here. Go ahead and bring the chest press. Open it back up on the inhale. We'll come back to forward fold as we exhale, but we're gonna stay here. Take the left hand, bring it over to the right shin. Take your right hand to your right hip. See if you can start to elongate the spine here and twist your torso towards the right. Now you could stay just like this, or if you want, you could bring the right arm out to the side, palm would face down, and then to your own degree, you could start taking that twist open. But don't compromise the length of your spine as you do that. Keep reaching the heart forward. Take one more breath to find your edge here, and then float that right hand down towards the left shin. So right fingertips on the left shin now. You bring your left hand to your left hip to start. Twist the upper body towards the left, elongate the spine. You could stay like this, or you could bring the left arm out to the side, palm down, and start lifting it towards the sky. Again, nothing, never cranking on anything, not past any boundaries. It's going to be very personal. Do what's right for you. Give it one more wherever you're at, and then exhale to float that back down. Now we'll decompress. We'll take the half flat back. Fingertips come to the shins. Stay here with the spine lengthening. Press down into the bottom of both feet. Feel the space you're making between your vertebrae back right now. And if you want a little more core and some back muscles, you could bring those arms out like airplane wings, or even a little more aerodynamic like fighter jet wings. Check in with your jaw, your face, let that be soft. And then on an inhale, come all the way up to the sky. Reach it high. Now, just take your right arm and bring it down by your side. Reach your left fingertips up to the sky. As you exhale, make a circle down and around across the body. Again, inhale, lift the left arm up, and exhale to float it down. One last time. Inhale, and exhale to float it down. Take the right arm out and up. Exhale, down and around. Again, inhale and exhale. One more in. Full breath out. Now take both arms up to the sky. We'll make that prayer. Come back through the center line, interlace and press it forward. Take the palms up to the sky. We're going to stay here this time. Just twist your upper body towards the right. Take a little back bend here. So find that cow pose within this twist. Breathe deep. Inhale. Exhale completely. Turn the upper body forward. Now take the hands. See if you can interlace behind the back. If not, just fake it. It's the same damn thing. Go ahead and put a little bend into the knees, and then take a forward fold. Find a shoulder stretch here. Really let the head go. Shake it out. As much bend in the knees as you want. That fist can come overhead to your own degree. Give it one more inhale here. And then release those fingers. Bring it down to the shins. Take a half flat back. Extend the spine. Come back to forward fold. Drop the heavy head. Now press through both feet. Reach and rise to the sky. Interlace at the top again, and then we'll take the twist to the left. Little lifting of the heart, little back bend shape. Breathe deep. After your exhale, turn the upper body forward, and then we're gonna come and clear the space. Let it all go. Take your shoulders to the ears, breathe in, and exhale. Good. And then just find that Samavriti, smooth, even waves of breath in and out. And we'll finish up with just a little bit of balance here so we can touch everything. So come to the right side of the chair. Left hand can come on the chair for some stability here. Okay. So let's take our right knee, start to draw it up towards your chest. You can hold it like this. I want the spine to be long. If you can, bring your right hand to your right hip. Good. Now from here, really feel into that left big toe. So we're trying to use as much surface area of our left foot as possible. And then if you want, you can bring both hands to both hips and just practice balancing on one leg. So I don't care how high you lift your knee. I care that the spine is tall. We're not leaning forward or back. This feels okay. You want to do a little bit more. You can press that heel forward. But once again, really feeling that standing leg engage. Feel the connection of the left big toe. Remember, if you're wobbling, don't forget to smile. We want to challenge our balance in here. And our calmness. That's another muscle we want to work. So breathe in and breathe out. Let's take that foot down, a little shake it off. Good. Okay, we're gonna switch onto the right foot, but we're staying on this side of the chair because we're not doing the same thing. We're gonna start the same way. We'll bring the right hand to the right hip. We can bring the left knee up towards the chest here, but stay holding onto the chair for a moment. I want you to just twist your upper body towards that chair. So my hips are still facing forward, but my heart is spinning towards the chair. You can stay like this, ground down into that right big toe and the right heel. If you want, you could start to kick that left heel forward. Now from here, maybe you just take all the fingers off the chair except the index and look back behind you. And if you're feeling a little precocious and you want to take that left arm back behind you, a little standing twist, right arm can come forward in front. Breathe in, breathe out. Last breath in, and let it go. Good. Come down to those knees. Let's just smooth things out here. And then the other way. Okay, one more movement on this side of the chair. So let's go back to the left foot, left leg being the standing leg. Bring the right hand to the right hip here. And take that right knee up towards your chest. So once again, just finding that good tall posture. And then go ahead and open up and then close it in. Take it for 2, for 3. Try not to bring your upper body with you. 4, we're just rotating that right hip joint. We're gonna stay on 5. All right, so little Captain Jack pose here. Now, lift up through the crown of the head. Maybe if you want, right arm out to the side like an airplane wing. Maybe the left. And then you probably guessed if you want to press that heel without leaning towards the chair. So lift up through the crown of the head. Good. Breathe deep. And then let that go. Take those right toes that we were just lifting. Bring them behind, make that semicircle, come onto the ball of the back foot, so it's like a little Shiva squat or a yoga curtsy here. Look towards that hip, stretch that outer hip and breathe. All right, go ahead and release it. What would our yoga class be without downward facing dog? So let's grab the back of the chair here. Go ahead and walk your feet back to to a stable distance. And remember that we want the feet to be at least hip width apart. So you can have it wider if you want, but at least hips width apart with the big toes like the number 11. You got the arms on the chair here. We're gonna bring our ears down between the biceps. And then the goal, you're gonna get a hamstring stretch, but I'd start here with the knees bent, and then imagine someone's got a hook in your tailbone and they're lifting that tailbone up and back. So you make space between the vertebrae first. Once you've got that, then you could start to straighten your legs and get into those hamstrings. And so feeling that whole back body get a treatment. As you breathe in, the belly drops. And as you breathe out, you hug that navel into the spine. One more breath. Inhale and exhale. And then start to make your way towards the chair. We'll come on to the left side now. We'll take care of that other side. So the first standing posture is with the right leg as the standing leg. You've got the support of the chair next to you, taking the left knee towards the chest here. Hands can come to the hip, standing up tall, and then you got it. So maybe just playing with pressing that heel forward, and then maybe playing with some balance here. So this is the largest muscle in your body called your psoas. You can't see it from the outside, but it starts all the way in the middle of your back, runs through your iliac crest, your hip, and comes straight down to connect to your quadriceps. It's a big, strong muscle that we're working. Don't worry about the height of that foot. Worry about your breathing. Last breath. And let it go. Okay, good. Now, staying on the side of the chair, switching to the opposite leg. So here we go. We're gonna take that right knee. We're gonna start to draw it up towards the chest. Maybe you can that left hand to the left hip. Staying here with the hand on the chair to start, just spin that heart towards the chair. Hips are still facing forward, so I'm only moving from the thoracic spine. That's the part of the spine that I want to be mobile. Right? And as I'm here, seeing how it feels, maybe taking the left hand forward, maybe pressing the right heel forward, and of course, seeing if you want to take that hand, bring it behind you, embracing a little wobble or shake, just to challenge your muscle memory, right? And staying calm in a difficult moment. Breathing smooth and free for one more there, and release. Good. Recalibrate. Last movement here. Bring that left knee up towards the chest. Flex the foot. Hand can come onto the hip. We'll take that external rotation and then come on back. So this side for me is always harder not to bring my right hip with me for some reason, but I think it's because I don't have as much rotation, so I'm really just trying to be cognizant, right? Not for any performance reason, just for that body awareness that I want to build. Coming out and coming in. Good, just take two more and you'll stay on the last one. Good. All right, let's ground down into that bottom toe. Try to stand up tall. And then maybe that arm will come out to the side. Maybe the opposite arm or the heel. Good. And try your best not to lean towards the chair. That's for 3, for 2, and for 1. You got it. Good job. Shake that off. Bring your hands to your hips. Roll it out. This one, drunken hips. All right, other way around. down. We'll grab the right foot, bring it up to where you can. If you can grab the foot, go ahead and just give yourself a little bit of a massage here, bending the toes a little bit forward and back. And then allowing that foot to have a nice flex to it. Don't worry if this knee's all the way up in the air, but we're just moving towards a pigeon shape here. So you want to have a nice 90-degree bend in this bottom foot, feeling the connection of that foot on the ground, and then lengthen the spine long. So they call it pigeon pose because that breast of the pigeon kind of opens up, and as you breathe deep, then when you start, if you need to, because you might be feeling this enough in your right hip right now, but if you feel it would be wise and you could use some more, you start to reach the crown of the head forward, not down. So you're trying to still kind of maintain those nice wide collarbones here. And just send any intentions that you want right into that right hip space. If there's anything I'm holding on to here, it's not skillful or helpful, maybe this longer exhale can just start to release some of that out and away. Take 2 more deep breaths in this pose. Inhaling and exhaling. Again, in and out. And then slowly start to come back up to seated. Just drape that leg completely on top. So right leg crosses on top of the left. Take the right arm, bring it all the way out, expand the chest, and then go ahead and give yourself a nice wrap here. Take the left hand, bring it onto the left shoulder, and we'll set up for a nesting eagle pose. So we start by lifting the elbows, stretching the front body, and as you exhale, go ahead and give yourself a big hug right now. And in yoga, they say we give love from the front of the heart, we receive it from the back. So if there's someone in your life that is a really good support system to you, you can just imagine them giving you a pat on the back right now, saying, well done. Nice release for those arms. Let's take those legs, uncross them, scoot your body a little forward and do a little rinse here. And then come on back to your seated mountain pose. Take your left foot this time. Go ahead and give it a nice flex. Finding your pigeon shape to your own degree, very personal. Feeling that bottom foot connected to the floor, and then sit up tall, spread those collarbones nice and open, and then just like a scientist, you're observing what's happening, and you're looking right for the edge of your range of motion, right at the periphery where all that tension tends to collect. Once you find that space, there's no need to go any further. That's your spot. Just let the science of the pose do what it does, and use the alchemy of the breath and the blood to help transform and let go. That mind starts to drift, just come back to that next breath right here, right now. After your next exhale, lift the upper body, drape the leg over, squeeze the inner thighs. You've got some lymph nodes in there, so helping release any toxins or toxicity. Take the left arm, bring it out to the side, open wide, and then wrap your body here, crossing the right hand on top, Lifting the elbows, inhale. Exhale, another big hug. And you can give yourself that pat on the back. You can stay with one of your people. Just turn inward, taking care of yourself here, giving yourself what you need, and some acknowledgement that you carved this time out of your schedule to do something good for yourself. Take another full breath in this pose. Inhale and exhale. And then slowly start to unfurl those arms, unfurl those legs, come back to seated. We'll rest our hands down onto the thighs at this time. Relax the shoulders down the back. Give your body a scan, just taking some inventory of how it is that you're feeling and the results of your practice today. You can let go of any forced or deep breathing. Just let the breath be very natural, just watching the natural flow, the inhale and the exhale. And we'll seal it all in whenever you're ready, bringing your hands to prayer at the heart space. You can press those thumbs against the heart, perhaps the little space inside the palms, just like a seed that you're ready to plant for the new year, those intentions. Some gratitude for yourself for coming. And then we'll move those thumbs to that third eye space for clarity of thought. And then we'll move the fingers to the lips for thoughtfulness in our speech, and that goes to ourselves as well as one another. And then finally landing it back home, consistency of action where it really matters. We allow this practice to help guide us in what we think, say, and do. I want to thank all of you so much for coming, for your practice. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you.
Excellent.
That was wonderful.
Thank you. So,
here.
yeah, they stay here, they stay in the room, they kind of get folded up against this wall. So Sunday, I'll be here early, 11:15. It's a shorter practice if you want to come. Everything is still by donation as usual, and
Where are the donations?
There is a box right over on that shelf.
Right.